change the world, let's change the world, let's change the world, let's change the world, let's change the world. Let's just unite, let's stop the rapes and stop the fights and stop the murders in the world. Let's change the world, 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 let's change the world. Let's just unite, let's stop the rapes and stop the fights and stop the murders in the world. We gotta change the world. Some don't know the effects they have on others when everything that we do affects our younger brothers and sisters. To me, it seems that the facts have missed us. Who will be there to reach down to hug and kiss us? Frankly, the current state that we're in needs to be discussed. Self-respect is a must. We need to tone down the lust. Avoid the fact that it provides a pleasant rush. But who in this world can you trust? The answer to that is yourself. Don't take what that man says off the bat. Pick that book up off the shelf. That don't mean not to trust. That means to take what he said, think about it, and then come back and discuss. Let's change the world, 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 let's change the world. Let's just unite, let's stop the rapes and stop the fights and stop the murders in the world. Let's change the world, 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 let's change the world. Let's just unite, let's stop the rapes and stop the fights and stop the murders in the world. We gotta change the world. Change up the world for the boys and the girls, because if we don't change it up, we're gonna make it in this world. We need to focus on the present and think less about the past, cause if we keep it up like this, then that's gonna be our fucking man. You gotta know just where you're coming from to get where you're going, so get on your search for knowledge, cause there's power in knowing. We need to pick up more books and read them cover to cover, and after you get the information, pass it to your brother, spread it to the whole world. If you know it ain't fake, you'll be surprised the difference in this world that one man can make. It's good and bad in everybody, but you gotta balance it out. And if we all found that would change the world, no doubt. Let's change the world, 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 let's change the world. Let's just unite, let's stop the rapes and stop the fights and stop the murders in the world. Let's change the world, 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 let's change the world. Let's just unite, let's stop the rapes and stop the fights and stop the murders in the world. We gotta change the world.
What's good, y'all? What's good, man? I appreciate everybody for tapping in and tuning in. Let's go, man. I appreciate everybody, man. This is the Real Talk, Real Shit podcast. One of the only places anywhere in the world where you're going to come get the gripping, groundbreaking truth, man. I appreciate everybody for tapping in and tuning in, man. Man, come on, y'all.
In the Army National Guard.
I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Let's go, man. So yeah, as we tuning in, y'all hit that like button. I appreciate everybody for coming in, man. Very important episode, very important edition, man. Very, very, very important, man. I appreciate everybody for coming in. This is I just wanted to ask y'all a question, man. Can you feel it? Can you feel it coming, man? Because I hate to even get on here and say anything. I don't want to, but can you feel it? Because let me say this. Have anybody on here, anybody been feeling weird or different, anything lately? Has anybody been feeling anything different about life? Does life seem normal to you, or does it feel different to you? Because for me, this ain't normal. I'm very serious. Let's talk about depression. I got to talk about depression tonight. Because we're dealing with a lot right now in these times, man. It's a lot going on. We're dealing with a whole lot. And it's kind of hard to stay upbeat in these times. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's kind of hard to stay, you know, positive and upbeat in these times. With everything going on, you know, we got elections going on. We got all kind of shit going on. Wars in the streets, the hood people going to war with each other. And then now we got, well, shit, not even now. We got Russia versus Ukraine for the last couple of years. It's been a lot going on. And now, over the past 4 days, this Lebanon versus Israel situation is getting out of hand. And see, a lot of people are not aware of it because a lot of people don't care. A lot of people are living in their comfort zones, you know, or uncomfortable zones. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's keeping people from waking up and seeing it. But, you know, a lot of people are just so comfortable that they don't see what's going on, man. The sad part about it is, you know, it's, let's go. I want to show y'all this video. Hold on. I want to show y'all this video because this shit is so serious right now. What's going on in this? For one, the people in Lebanon have been getting bombarded with attacks. For one, neither one of these people deserve what's happening to them. Neither one of these groups of people deserve to fight and die and suffer, you know, pure hatred. Nobody deserves that. So let's go. Let's just get to it because I don't even want to lose the message. Let's go. Salute to everybody being here. I don't know if y'all can feel this, but look at this. Look at what's going on right now, man. I don't know if anybody's aware of this, man. Hold on. This is in Lebanon right now. Hold on. Hold up. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Let me turn this shit up.
Israel has launched.
We are on the main highway. As you can see, people leaving southern Lebanon. There is a mass exodus. You look to your right, you look to your left, smoke. These are Israeli airstrikes.
Israel has launched a barrage of airstrikes across Lebanon, and they've killed more than 490 people and hurt more than 1,000 others. This was the deadliest day of conflict in Lebanon since 2006.
Fearing an outbreak of a larger regional conflict, the Pentagon says it will send additional U.S. troops to the Middle East. Israel says its warplane struck 1,300 Hezbollah targets, attacking what it says are caches of weapons, including rockets and drones. The IDF claims the weapons are inside residential buildings embedded among civilians. Lebanon's health ministry says 90 women and children were among those killed.
Say Israeli strikes killed nearly 500 people today, including nearly 36 children, and left more than 1,600 wounded.
This is a dramatic escalation. Will this spill into a full-on regional war, a full-on ground war? I think that depends on what Hezbollah does over the next several days. But we're certainly seeing an escalation here, and a war between Hezbollah and Israel is underway, without a doubt.
Understand that the people backing Hezbollah are in fact the Iranians. So this is a fight between good and evil, and between Israel and Iran.
A Hezbollah official says the militant group has entered a new stage of open-ended warfare against Israel.
Israel and Hezbollah are old enemies. Tonight they're in a new war, and the people of Lebanon are caught in the middle.
The strikes came in waves, one after another.
You can see smoke billowing into the air from multiple blasts. The Israeli military warning residents to immediately evacuate homes and other buildings where they say Hezbollah weapons are located.
Israel accuses Hezbollah of storing weaponry in neighborhoods and deliberately endangering civilians.
Now, starting this morning, the IDF has warned you to get out of harm's way. I urge you, take this warning seriously. Don't let Hezbollah endanger your lives and the lives of your loved ones. Don't let Hezbollah endanger Lebanon. Please, get out of harm's way now.
Southern
Hold
Lebanon
on. I have to pause that. Because there they go with that deflection shit. They always blame the fucking victims. That was the president of Israel, or prime minister, whatever you want to call him, the leader of Israel. That motherfucker said, don't let Hezbollah threaten Lebanon. Don't let them rewind that shit so we can hear what this man just said. He's essentially blaming the citizens. If they don't leave, it's their fault. Listen to this shit, man.
The IDF has warned you to get out of harm's way. I urge you, take this warning seriously. Don't let Hezbollah endanger your lives and the lives of your loved ones. Don't let Hezbollah endanger Lebanon. Please, get out of harm's way.
That motherfucker said, don't let Hezbollah threaten your lives and the lives of your loved ones. Don't let them endanger Lebanon. Ain't y'all the one dropping bombs on their motherfucking ass? See, this is how dumb people have to stop being. This man is telling the citizens of Lebanon they got to leave. Get out. And if anything happens to you, it's because you stayed. Just like I showed y'all the other day in Haiti. They did so much damage to the state itself, to the country itself, and then they told the citizens to leave, and everybody else who didn't leave got labeled and are still getting labeled as gang members and terrorists and are getting wiped out by the police and military. So once they warned you to leave your house, leave your home right now. It's like right now, if you see, all people who have a lot, we understand. If you have a family and a house full of shit and a life full of shit, it's hard to just up and deroot and just leave. That's very hard and extremely hard to do. But how do you expect somebody who's been somewhere their whole life? They've raised, born there, built the town, built the house, built this up, built that up, have generations of family, grandchildren, all this shit, right? You started a conflict in their town. You started a conflict in their area. Now you're telling them that they need to leave. And you're telling them that if they don't leave, it's their fault what happens to them. You're putting your town in danger, your place in danger because you didn't abandon your homeland. That's just like if a terrorist group comes into America causing problems and chaos. If we cared about your land, if you care about your home front, you protect your land and your home front. But see, in America, we're so disenfranchised. A lot of us don't have land. A lot of us don't have home fronts. A lot of us don't have rights or ownership to anything. So we don't mind migrating and leaving. And see, and that's anywhere. A lot of people are so poor and subjugated that they don't understand mass migration and shit like that when you have to just uproot and leave. Y'all don't realize right now the whole world is having a mass migration. The whole world is having a mass migration. And there are a lot of them are ending up here in the US of A. A lot of the people who are migrating all around the world, magically and mysteriously, they're ending up here in America. So these people of Lebanon, wait, give it about a couple weeks. We'll see them Lebanese people here. Give it about a couple months. We'll see America full of Lebanese people, war-torn Lebanese citizens. And that's no shade, but nobody is paying attention. Venezuela got disenfranchised. It's moving slow. Venezuela got disenfranchised from 2016 all the way to 2020, right? Destroyed, demonetized, devalued, they demonetize Venezuela like they do me on YouTube. Soon as my stocks start going up and shit starts rising, they take away the dollar. This is what they do. Everybody's being disenfranchised right now, and not enough people can see it because nobody's looking at it. Not enough people are looking at it from a perspective other than their own. How could you sit here and look at the world like we're different from our brothers in Lebanon? How could you sit here and look at the world like we're different from our brothers in Israel? How could you sit here and look at the world like we're different from our brothers and sisters in Africa? We're not. We're just the same, all going through different struggles, but the same experience. People don't realize that shit, man. We're all human beings just the same. But just because you eat fufu and I eat what I eat, you want to judge me and think you're better than me. It's not that. You know? So let me keep playing this because it's just very sad what's going on right now. Very sad how they're bombing those people in Lebanon. Very sad. In Israel, you should be ashamed of yourself for openly carrying out attacks on another continent. I don't care how long that y'all have been allowed to depopulate each other. You need to stop. In the name of God, y'all need to stop fighting. Fuck is wrong with y'all? And like y'all heard on here, they're bombing it, but they also brought in they're bringing in American troops now. This is the World War III, y'all. I don't think people understand what's really going on because people are so comfortable. People are so sweet in their comfortable lives, but let's go. I'm going to record it for the ones who will be here because this is a worldwide message. You know what I'm saying? Just because people aren't ready and they don't understand don't mean that shit ain't happening.
Don't let Hezbollah endanger Lebanon. Please, get out of harm's way now.
Southern Lebanon awoke to this. It looks like all-out war.
A special state of emergency has just been declared in Israel after days of intense fighting. This follows an Israeli strike in southern Beirut Friday, which killed a top Hezbollah commander.
In this residential neighborhood in northern Israel, the peace is fleeting.
Hezbollah firing more rockets into Israel after already launching more than 150 over the weekend.
When we heard the explosions, I was a bit fearful, more than usual. We are used to it, but it seems really serious this time.
Fears of a wider war in the region now growing. The Pentagon says the U.S. is sending a small number of additional U.S. military personnel in light of the increased tension.
Tactically, this is a move upwards. This is an escalation of that conflict, which is regional and could become global. So really, this is a conflict with Iran.
It's interesting that Hassan Nasrallah, the head of Hezbollah, today was taunting Israel to invade. Go ahead, invade, because he knows that in many ways that would be a trap.
I think we're already in a wider war, and we have already been in a wider war for a year. There have been attempts to contain it. But as David was saying, once you start a war, and once you start exchanging fire with a group like Hezbollah, where does it end? Iran has already warned of, quote, dangerous consequences for what it called Israel's adventurism into Lebanon. Plus, as you mentioned, the West Bank, where there is a very large and growing problem with the Palestinians who are increasingly leaning toward Hamas, who feel that the settlers in that part of the country are taking advantage of the situation to steal Palestinian land. You have Iran that has attacked Israel. This could escalate very quickly into many fronts.
Like
this
he
conflict
said,
will certainly be a major topic.
Like he said, this shit is over land, man. And this is over land, and they say, oh, it's overpopulated here. It's overpopulated in America, but you're bringing in millions and millions and millions of people and paying them handsomely. It's not overpopulated. It was never overpopulated. They just wanted to control the population. Now that the population is not producing to the way that they want them to, they got to bring in people who are producers. And they're going to give them what they want, and they're going to give them what they need. And guess what? Whether you're paying attention or not, it's not much left for us. It's not. It ain't much left for the real Americans anymore. Man, people are so sad that they don't even want to be real enough to see it and say it. I see it everywhere I go. Every store I go to, there's no real Americans in there. Because it's not about race. It's not about race. This isn't a racial thing. You can tell and smell and see a real American. You can spot a real American, how they move, how they talk, how they maneuver. The ones we was raised here, we went to school, we went to elementary, public school, we went to school here, we was raised here. You feel what I'm saying? Real Americans. Social Security numbers. You know, voting, tax paying. Real Americans. You get what I'm saying? Working. Real Americans. We've always been, you get what I'm saying? But this shit now, what we seeing now, this is some other shit, y'all. And I don't think people are understanding, and I don't think people care, man. And I'm sorry for keep coming online and pushing this shit. I'm sorry. I really apologize, but I'm going to say this. I've been feeling it lately. I've been feeling drained. I've been feeling sad. And over the last couple of days, I've been feeling depressed. And it's not necessarily like, oh, my life depressing. But I will say this, though. I will say this. Living in America is not a truly fulfilling thing, because America it's a beautiful country and all that, but it's a systematically drags you. So like, you know, there's no time, there's no, you know how it goes when you work and got to provide and shit. You know how it goes. So it's just rough, man, like to be an American sometimes. And then living right now, like with the way men are with women, it's hard to find a suitable mate for me anyway, because, you know, that's the hardest thing. And that's not a good thing, you know, because during these rough times we're enduring and about to endure, because it hasn't even started yet. During these times that we're about to endure, we're going to need a partner so bad during these times. Because to actually make it through what we're going to have to go through, it's going to be essential for everybody's hands to be on deck. Everybody's going to have to play their role and their part. So there will be no more this facade that people think that they're still able to live now, because even the people who've been living the facade for so long, they really can't even do it no more. And I'm not talking about financial. I'm talking about the fake life. I'm talking about the fake life, the fantasy, the club, the music, the this, the fame, the money, all that shit, the fake life. It was all like, even the elite life, that shit was just something to separate rich people from poor people. You know, certain clothes and certain cars and certain houses. It was all to separate us. Because nobody's better than nobody on this planet. The only difference is some people are more smarter and more knowledgeable, and they apply their knowledge better. So some people are more valuable than others, but nobody's essentially more, you know, more special than anybody, you know? We got to stop this fame, fantasy life. Because I'm going to tell y'all, like, the more y'all talking about P. Diddy and all that shit right now, and you ain't even worrying about what they doing, blowing up pagers, blowing up people's walkie-talkies and electronic devices. Man, y'all don't see what's going on. And then now, well, then the day after those two attacks, they had a massive semi-nuclear style bomb, biggest shit I seen in a while. And then after that, today, like I just showed y'all, I'll show y'all for the people who just came in, they're launching attacks on homes in broad daylight, missiles. And see, the crazy thing about it is everybody thinks they're immune from everything. Nobody's immune from nothing. Nobody's safe, bro. And the fact that it's not happening where we're at, which is a blessing, but the fact that it's not happening where we're at, it makes it more sick that we could just continue with life knowing that somebody's getting blown to smithereens right now. It's sick, man, how everybody just walking around with like nothing's going on when people around the world are suffering. And I can feel it. I've been feeling something weird for days, like, yo, I can't even barely function in society. I'm at work all weird because I don't feel right. It's just weird. Battling ailments and battling all kind of shit, man. But guess what? We got to push, man. If you want to make it into this new existence, you got to push. We got to deal. You got to deal with it. I hate to say it like that, but we have to deal with it if you want to make it into the new existence. Because I'm going to tell y'all, no matter what, unless we do something about what's going on, we're getting transferred into a new lifestyle. They're calling it a new normal. They're calling it this. They're calling it that. But we're getting transferred into a new lifestyle. And the lifestyle we're getting transferred into is not one that was created by us. So I don't understand how we're always so eager to walk head first into these new lifestyle situations that are created for you. It's sick to me how people can't think to say, nah, we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait and see the kinks and see how this shit works out. Just like when the Xbox came out, the last Xbox One came out, I didn't buy that shit. I didn't buy it. You know why? This was the main reason. 2 reasons. I said, I want to invest that time into myself and see what I could put into myself that year. Like that time. Because if I was playing the game, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing. You know, I wouldn't be doing nothing. So I said, let me invest that time into myself. And then also, too, I said, let me see if the technology is worth buying. And I'm going to say this. I'm the video game head. I love video games. But I didn't miss nothing. There was no games that came out on the Xbox One that you had to have. You get what I'm saying? Or the PS5 and all that. Now, they had some good games. Listen, I know they had some good games, but they didn't have nothing life-changing or you know, groundbreaking enough to where you got to have it. So I know, and I'm always in tune with shit and have the best of the best, but because, bro, this world, I'm going to say this world, once you understand how it really works, most things in this world are a distraction to keep you off your track or keep you from getting on track. Because once you figure out what you're good at, and then you push and you start getting good at it, and you start putting it in, putting time into it and putting energy into what you're good at, your talents, you go sky high, man. A lot of people don't understand that shit. You know, that's why there's so many things to keep our minds idle and our time wasted in America. Because if you want a people to not really progress and thrive and get to a better vibration state, then you're going to give them a bunch of shit to distract themselves with. You know, a bunch of Netflix and chill, a bunch of this, a bunch of that. You know what I mean? You're going to get a bunch of crap instead of, hey, develop yourself. Hey, do this, do that. Hey, build yourself. Do this. Come on. Hey, we're going to do this, build ourselves up and do that. See, self-progression leads for betterment. You know, but a lot of people don't You know, I just say this, y'all. I feel something coming. It's actually, I feel it happening now. So it's either those people in Lebanon, or I feel something, man. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's not really a good thing. I'm just gonna say that. I'm just gonna say that. I don't really feel, I feel like something very uneasy. And I feel very uneasy about something. And I'm gonna follow my heart, and I'm gonna keep my ear to the streets, and I'm gonna try my best to keep y'all informed, and I'm gonna try my best to do my part. But I'm gonna say this: you know, I don't know, man, because YouTube is doing me dirty, man. I'm a good addition to YouTube, and they doing me so dirty, man. Fucking thieves, bro. But I love y'all, man. I don't know if anybody can feel it though, but I feel it. I just hope we don't have to go through it, man. But let me show y'all what's going on for the people just walking in the building, man. Let me show y'all something, man, what's going on, man. This shit is for real, man, what's going on in Lebanon right now.
We are on the main highway. As you can see, people leaving southern Lebanon. There is a mass exodus. You look to your right, you look to your left, smoke. These are Israeli airstrikes.
Israel has launched a barrage of airstrikes across Lebanon, and they've killed more than 490 people and hurt more than 1,000 others. This was the deadliest day of conflict in Lebanon since 2006.
Fearing an outbreak of a larger regional conflict, the Pentagon says it will send additional U.S. troops to the Middle East. Israel says its warplane struck 1,300 Hezbollah targets, attacking what it says are caches of weapons, including rockets and drones. The IDF claims the weapons are inside residential buildings embedded among civilians. Lebanon's health ministry says 90 women and children were among those killed.
Say Israeli strikes killed nearly 500 people today, including nearly 36 children, and left more than 1,600 wounded.
This is a dramatic escalation. Will this spill into a full-on regional war, a full-on ground war? I think that depends on what Hezbollah does over the next several days. But we're certainly seeing an escalation here, and a war between Hezbollah and Israel is underway, without a doubt.
Understand that the people backing Hezbollah are in fact the Iranians. So this is a fight between good and evil, and between Israel and Iran.
A Hezbollah official says the militant group has entered a new stage of open-ended warfare against Israel.
Israel and Hezbollah are old enemies. Tonight they're in a new war, and the people of Lebanon are caught in the middle.
The strikes came in waves, one after another.
You can see smoke billowing into the air from multiple blasts. The Israeli military warning residents to immediately evacuate homes and other buildings where they say Hezbollah weapons are located.
Israel accuses Hezbollah of storing weaponry in neighborhoods and deliberately endangering civilians.
Now, starting this morning,
Hey,
the IDF has warned you.
that's the same thing they said in 9/11. They said they got weapons of mass destruction everywhere and woody whoop de whoop. Bro, do you know how bad that is? How terrible that is to say, hey, bro, they got weapons up in here. We're gonna go in there and blow the shit up, blow everything. Do you know how messed up that is? Now, I'm not saying criminals deserve to have weapons, because they don't. But at the same time, this shit is terrible, bro. This is not, bro, they said 30 something. How many kids? 90 women and children, bro. 90. 500, damn near 500, 490 some people. 90 some was children and women, bro. Come on, bro.
To get out of harm's way. I urge you, take this warning seriously. Don't let Hezbollah endanger your lives and the lives of your loved ones. Don't let Hezbollah endanger Lebanon. Please, get out of harm's way now.
Southern Lebanon awoke to this. It looks like all-out war.
A special state of emergency has just been declared in Israel after days of intense fighting. This follows an Israeli strike in southern Beirut Friday, which killed a top Hezbollah commander.
In this residential neighborhood in northern Israel, the peace is fleeting.
Hezbollah firing more rockets into Israel after already launching more than 150 over the weekend.
When we heard the explosions, I was a bit fearful, more than usual. We are used to it, but it seems really serious this time.
Fears of a wider war in the region now growing. The Pentagon says the U.S. is sending a small number of additional U.S. military personnel in light of the increased tension.
Come on, bro.
Tactically, this is a move upwards. This is an escalation of that conflict, which is regional and could become global. So really, this is a conflict with Iran.
But it's interesting that Hassan Nasrallah, the head of Hezbollah,
America said they
today
sending
was taunting
soldiers, bro.
Israel to invade. Go ahead, invade, because he knows that in many ways that would be a trap.
I think we're already in a wider war, and we have already been in a wider war for a year. There have been attempts to contain it. But as David was saying, once you start a war, and once you start exchanging fire with a group like Hezbollah, where does it end? Iran has already warned of, quote, dangerous consequences for what it called Israel's adventurism into Lebanon. Plus, as you mentioned, the West Bank, where there is a very large and growing problem with the Palestinians who are increasingly leaning toward Hamas, who feel that the settlers that has attacked Israel, this could escalate very quickly into many fronts.
Derek, this conflict will certainly be a major topic at the UN.
So this is all about land. This is a war that's about to take place over land. This is so messed up. This is so messed up. Now Americans are going there. So now we're involved in the war. So that makes it what? A world war. A world war is a conflict between more than 3 continents. Shit is sad, man. And the crazy part is nobody understands this shit because a lot of people don't know politics enough, because people only worry about Sexy Red and fucking P. Diddy and all this dumbass clown show shit. You know, the sad part is, you know, respect P. Diddy for fighting for his life and all that, but, you know, free Diddy and all that. But at the same time, I just feel bad, man. This is a sick world we're living in, man. Sick world we're living in, man. Hey, man, God bless us all. We're going to try our best to survive, man. Do what you can. Hey, people don't realize that people think everything's a joke, man. I'm not saying nothing, but people think everything's a joke. But we don't have time for that joke shit no more, bro. We need to wake up, get yourself together, get your affairs in order. You know, get you some food. I just seen some things today about some truckers saying after October. Oh my God. They said they're supposed to be going on strike very soon. The truckers, the deliverers who deliver the goods, because it's not working. It's not enough for them. They're not making no money because the industry's jacked up right now. Ain't nobody buying nothing. Nobody got no money. But these migrants got money. They're buying stuff. So hopefully the migrants boost up the economy. Hopefully they stimulate the economy good enough to where they buy some stuff, man. Because right now I can't buy nothing but some food. Right now I can't even focus on no luxury stuff. Like, I take my kids fun places and stuff like that, but I can't focus on no balling there right now. The economy's jacked. I'm trying to keep rent paid, and I'll make sure I keep good food in the house. Because I'm gonna tell y'all something. The number one battle for your health is what you eat. You are what you eat. And people don't realize the importance of that, especially during these pre-war times. I wish people could stop playing with this life like it's a game, like, you know, not to be negative or say, hey, we're gonna wait around and be scared. No. Get your affairs in order. Get your protection right. Bye-ya. Get your protection right. Get your proficient with your protection. Be good at protecting yourself. Be good at aiming at things that's trying to stop your protection. You know what I'm saying? Be good at that. Because the people who are coming in, they're great at that. They're great at dismembering shit. They're great at beheading shit. They're great at all that. They're great at that. They're taking over Chicago right now. Oh my God, man. Let me show y'all something. See, I wish people hold up.
We don't play.
Hold up.
And the criminal activity of these migrants or non-citizens. The city of Chicago is going to go up in smoke, it's going to go up in flame, and it's going to be nothing that the National Guard or our government can do about it when the bloodshed hit the streets.
Hey, let me say something though, man. For real, what y'all don't realize is the influx of people. People are very complacent. People are like cows and sheep. It's so sad. Today I was at work and I had a thought in my head. I was like, our elders failed us. You know, the elders failed us. Because if you think about it, if you've seen this shit coming, why didn't you stop us from going through this? I'm talking about my elders. I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about my elders. You know, it's like they did, and my elders did a good job of trying, and I respect, you know, what they did. My father was good. I had good elders and stuff. I don't know my grandfathers though, but I will say this. If the elders before us wasn't dancing and playing and juking and jiving and shit, they could have saved us, and we could have been in a better standing of survival for what's about to happen. Because if people, you know, people think, oh, 20, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, this is a long time. That shit be like 2 people's lives. You know, me, I've been alive for 39 years. I've seen so much shit happen. You get what I'm saying? I've seen so many things come and go and change. And so it's very dramatic and sad to see, you know, how these new generation of people, like especially the young people, they be thinking like they know what's up and they can't learn and don't want to learn or hear from the older generation. And it's sad because the only thing that you can do is learn from the older generation, you know? You know, that's the reason I know what I know. I grew up studying the greats, you know. I listened to, my dad used to make me listen to Dr. Ben, you know, Dr. Joseph Ben Yakinen. I used to listen to Carter G. Woodson. I used to listen to Malcolm X. I used to listen to a lot of great speakers and thinkers, you know what I'm saying? So I grew up, you know, not trying to really be normal and regular. I always wanted to be one of the great speakers and thinkers. You get what I'm saying? But I ain't talking about that. I'm really talking about what I feel for this planet. I don't know if it's enough people who have good positive vibration that God will spare us. I really don't, y'all. I don't feel like God is gonna spare us because I feel like it's too many sinners Too many evildoers on this planet right now. So I don't know if God's gonna spare us. Please, please don't mark me to that word. But that's how I feel. I feel like he's not gonna spare us, bro. And maybe me, hey, let him, I just want to be able to take care of my kids. You feel me? I'm not asking for nothing. I'm not asking for nothing. Just to be able to take care of them is all I need to do. But the sad part about this shit is, y'all, just trying to live and do things the humble way and the righteous way it's sad, man, how people don't care, and it's just sad the conditions we're in right now. I don't know, man. Do you think he should? I don't. Look at the world is. I don't know if he should have mercy on us. Shamelessly, V, I say it all the time. I don't think he should have mercy because I don't think we deserve it as a whole. It's too many evildoers, man. Too many evildoers, man. And it's a lot of evildoers. I'm almost done. I'm good. Okay. It's so many evildoers that it's like, how are we gonna cope with this shit, man? Like, how's God gonna? I don't know, man. And look, let me say this, y'all. I'm not putting this all on God either. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not gonna put all this shit on God because a lot of things that are happening to man are man-made. God is the ultimate controller of what happens. God dictates who goes and who comes and when you go and when you come, stuff like that. But I'm going to be honest. I feel like some of this shit is not God's doing. I feel like some of this shit is man's doing or aliens doing. Some of this shit is not God's doing, man. Because I don't feel like God should do us like this. Allow wars and allow people to continue to harm each other. I don't believe God should keep allowing us to. Now God's not supposed to be peaceful and everything sweet all the time either, because God is bound. It's like a good parent. When you're a good parent, is a time when you have to discipline your child, but not necessarily put your hands on them or do no whoopings and stuff, because I don't do whoopings. But it's a certain way you can discipline your child, and it's a time to discipline them. You get what I'm saying? So that's just like God. It's a time to discipline, man. And hey, I just hope he has mercy for his chosen ones, and I hope I'm worthy enough to have, for him to have mercy on me and my children, man. Hope I'm worthy enough, I don't have no ulterior motives, so it is what it is with me, man. It don't matter at this point. I just hope God has mercy on all of us, man. Seriously, man. I don't think y'all understand. All these countries been asking everybody to stand down, and they not standing down. They turning up. And look, motherfuckers waiting for an election. There might not even be no election. If they start doing more shit, we ain't gonna have no election. It's gonna be Joe Bighead in the office, and Joe Bighead is gonna drop out, and then Kamala will be the president by default. That shit is wicked, boy. It don't have to go like that. But either way it goes, yo, it's a lot going on in the world right now. So we just need to buckle up, brace yourself, stay prayed up. Stay prayed up for what's going down, because shit is really happening. It's not time to play. It's time to keep your eyes to the streets, keep your mind clear so you can hear the message, so you can get the signal when it's your turn, God tells you, hey, go ahead and do this, do that. You want to hear it. That's the plan. Pay attention to the UN dive deep. Oh my God. That's not my plan. I'm not gonna watch the UN dive deep into their ass because this shit. Listen, man, I don't want to watch that shit. I per se haven't even been watching the news. I got that video right there. I showed y'all that them bombing Lebanon. I showed y'all that off of Jason A channel, big YouTuber. I don't haven't been watching news. I don't have time to watch TV. I work so much, and I'm taking care of 3 kids, cooking. Y'all know, look what I made for dinner tonight, man. I had to bathe my boys, make sure my daughter's straight, getting herself cleaned up, make sure she's straight, cook. Y'all know what I made for dinner? I made baked chicken thighs with macaroni. No macaroni. Sorry. Baked chicken thighs with mashed potatoes and gravy, homemade gravy, vegetarian gravy, or like a fresh onion gravy. Baked chicken thighs, mashed potatoes with homemade gravy, and corn on the cob. And I haven't even eaten yet. I'm about to go in there and eat. Read the dogs pack back to 210 to now. Oh, I already know it's going stupid, man. They're going crazy. Hey, Shamus V, they're about to go. Hey, the sad part about this shit is I can't get nobody to understand it. And I don't want nobody to, it's not like the only thing we can do is get our shit together. I pray to God I pray to God I have enough time to fully prepare for whatever can happen. And it's not saying horde or nothing like, because you might, like these people, mass exodus. They might have to just move. You might have to just move, just up and leave. You know what I'm saying? And in that Civil War movie I watched the other day, they didn't have cars. It was groups of adults riding bicycles through the town. And they were getting transported through the town by the military. Like it was tanks following behind them to make sure they could ride safe. But they were riding in bicycles because they didn't have no more cars, no more gas probably or whatever. I don't know however it worked out. They didn't have no cars. There was a bunch of grown-ups, about 15 of them riding bikes. It is a facade, man. It's very much a facade. It's very sad. It's very sad. The only reason why this shit works is because people are so slaves to it. I'm telling you, that's the only reason why it even works, because people are slaves to it. We make it all work. Our participation is the what makes it all work. You feel me? But it's just sad, y'all, to see the facade, actually, to see the smoke clearing. But what you don't want to see, what I don't want to see, and ignorant and complain. Yeah, look, you know what I don't want to see? I don't want to see no Godzilla size Leviathans or Krakens and shit. That's what I don't want to see. I don't want to see no giant size human and shit, man. As long as we can keep this shit on Earth, I'm straight. But if this shit starts going to some, yeah, man, dragons. Look, y'all seen them dragons in China? They was spitting lava and shit. It was a dragon flying over some apartments in China, spitting lava out his mouth. Swear to goodness, I seen it. I seen multiple videos of them China, them dragons flying in China. Multiple videos. The sad thing about it is the truth has been out here. It's just we got cameras to see it now. That's the thing. That's what makes it crazy when people be like, "Oh no, that's not true. This and that." Oh, they're very huge, and they actually it was actually launching spitting flames out his mouth, like a plasma, napalm style liquid fire. It was crazy. I know you seen the video where he was going around and around over them apartments in China. And they found them frozen. They found frozen, petrified dragons. They found all kind of shit, man. So I mean, we not even saying, we know if shit is real. What I don't want to see is that shit just popping up. If y'all ever seen the movie Cloverfield, oh my God. You know, I watch a bunch of movies and shit, so I'll be tweaking. But in real life though, y'all, they're launching bombs, they're doing this and they're doing that. We gotta stay smart, we gotta stay alert. It's not, the times are different from what people thought they was, man. I just pray to God he has mercy on my children and our future, all of our children's future, man. Give us, you know, times of peace. Let's merge together in love. But hey, when you got young brothers killing each other in the neighborhood, and people in Ukraine and Russia killing and Africa killing and this and that, what can we do, man? God bless all of us throughout these times and these these tumultuous times, because this shit has never been seen before. All the stuff that we're going through as a world, people are going through mystery illnesses, ailments, all kind of stuff we're suffering from. God bless us, and thank y'all so much for tuning in. It's your big homie, Big BAYDAY, and this is the Real Talk, Real Shit podcast, man. One of the only places online where you're going to get the truth, man. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. God bless y'all.